Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Welcome to the Disney Days Planning Podcast. This podcast is information about Walt Disney World, which is organized by topic. I'm your host, Alyssa Salveson. Hello, it is Wednesday, October 8th. It is like 5 o'clock. Nope, 4:15, just kidding. It's 4:15. We just got to Terminal A in Newark Airport, parked our car, and we're headed to go board. Well, not quite board, but get in. Everyone's very excited. We picked them up from school with the car packed and drove straight to the airport from school. So everyone's in very good spirits, very excited. There was a lot of noise. Everyone was very chatty on our drive over. Yeah, isn't it right over here? Oh. Anyway, I'll talk later. Our flight is so far on time. We leave at like 5:30 and land, land around 8:30. So, and then I have a Mirrors Connect. Come over here, please, boys. Oh my God, you drive me crazy. I have a Mirrors Connect scheduled to pick us up at 8:30. Back up! I have a Mirrors Connect scheduled at 8:30, which is a bus, and then I'll take us straight to the Grand Floridian. So, first time doing that. I'll keep you posted how it goes. Talk later. Hello from the Grand Floridian Resort. It's 10 o'clock. Our plane got in around like 8:30, I'd say. We deplaned, maybe a little earlier than that, but you drive around so much. So it took a long time. We were on the plane for a long time, like just driving and getting to the terminal. And then it actually took us a little while, too, to get down to the ground floor of the airport for Mirrors Connect. And then we waited about a half hour for the bus to come. I paid for Express, so we were the first stop, and there just was one other couple on the bus with us. It was like a little van, actually. It was lovely. I definitely do that again. The online check-in's not working, so I'm waiting to check in at the desk, and there's like a couple people ahead of me. The Grand Floridian currently is under construction, which we knew going into it. They're renovating the lobby, so there's a lot of like walls, beautiful, decorative, like it's nice little sheets. It's elegant, but some walls that interrupted before. But yes, we're in our room. Kids are asleep. We unpacked and ready for a Magic Kingdom day tomorrow. First, we have Chef Mickey's. Then we're going to walk over to Magic Kingdom from the Contemporary. And then we learned if you listen to my pre-trip report, we learned it's a party day on Thursday, which it wasn't supposed to be. It must have been added. So our plan is to hop to Epcot. So, all right, I'm going to bed. Busy day tomorrow, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hello, good morning. It is 7:30 at this squirrel. I see it from the Grand Floridian Resort. I'm late. I see. It's so cool. Honey, I saw it. I see him. I see. It's very cool. We are a little late on our way to get our stroller from Kingdom Stroller. We rented a stroller. But I'm, of course, a few minutes late to pick it up, as always. So we flew with an umbrella stroller, and then we're renting a double stroller from Kingdom Stroller. So I just need to meet them in the front of the lobby, right outside by the vintage cars, to pick up our stroller. So that's where we're headed now. Then we're going to, right from the lobby, we're going to go up, catch the monorail, and head over to the Contemporary Resort for an 8:30 Chef Mickey reservation. Talk later. Good morning. It is 8:44, and we are just finishing up at Chef Mickey's. We had an 8:25 reservation, but they let us in quite early, and we were like already done with our first meal. We already met 4 characters by 8:25. This was the most amazing. I was crying. The interaction with Pluto was the most magical and beautiful thing I've ever seen. We did, baby. We did. It was just the most magical and amazing experience. This is why I keep coming back to Disney World, because I was literally crying watching Pluto interact with my boys. He was like so into it, wagging his tail, like scratching when they were like hugging him. He was like scratching, like how dogs do. He let them all kiss his nose. Then he went over. My husband was just like sitting in the corner. I mean, if you know, listen to the Grouchy Dad segments. So he's just like sitting in the corner. Pluto goes over, jumps like on top of him, and pretends to like lick him like a dog. I'm like crying. Anyway, it was the most magical experience. I'm just so in love with Disney World and so in love with this place. And I just feel so blessed to have these boys and to be able to give them these these experiences. And right now my son's scooping his own eggs at the buffet. So that's what's happening currently. But he did a great job, actually. Hello, it is 11:40. We are outside of Beacon Barrel next to the Pirates of the Caribbean in Magic Kingdom. We had a great morning so far. We got in. Oh, that's us. Be right back. I have recorded this like 6 times and I keep getting interrupted. Anyway, we're here at Beacon Barrel. It is so cool. What a nice addition to Magic Kingdom. It is like a pirate-themed lounge here in Magic Kingdom. Anyway, so we got into Magic. We walked over from the Contemporary. We got in at around 9:15. And we headed straight to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. My twins are finally tall enough to ride, and they were really excited about it. And luckily, there was no wait. The waits were really low this morning. So we went right over there. We set up a rider switch. We basically walked right on. It was a 5-minute wait. The twins loved it. Then we got popcorn, filled up our popcorn bucket. Oh, woohoo!
Tastes like cookies now. Eat it up. It's delicious.
All right, I'll be right back. Okay, anyway, after Tiana's, we went over to Country Bear Jamboree. I haven't seen it since it got an update, and it was really very cute. We actually had a great time. Then it was time for our 10:55 Pirates of the Caribbean Lightning Lane. So we swiped into there. We parked our strollers, put our rain covers on it, thank God, because it started to downpour, actually. Even though that wasn't really on the forecast. But it's Florida. So anyway, we got in. We did our Pirates of the Caribbean Lightning Lane. I brought their pirate hats and eye patches from home, so they wore those. Oh, and then here we are at Beacon Barrel. So I'll be back a little bit later. Okay, it is 4:35. A lot to update you on. After Beacon Barrel, I actually ended up mobile ordering some food for the kids from Columbia Harbor House. But then we went over to our 1 o'clock Haunted Mansion. Oh, we did Hall of Presidents. Then we went to our 1 o'clock Haunted Mansion. I had to keep pushing back our Columbia Harbor House. Grabbed Columbia Harbor House. They ate their sandwiches and string beans and hush puppies in the stroller on the way over to Seven Dwarfs. We had an individual lightning lane for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. My one twin wouldn't go on it, so my other twin rode it twice. So that was great. And while that was all going on, the people who were waiting were eating and changed into their Little Mermaid costumes. My twins dressed as Flotsam and Jetsam, my little guy Flounder, and Paul and I were we had just t-shirts. That was Ursula and King Triton. So that was really cute. So then after Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, what did we do? We did the carousel. We tried pulling the sword from the stone. No one was successful. Sometimes people are able to pull the sword from the stone. Then after that, I'm forgetting what we did. Oh, yes, of course. After the carousel and taking pictures with Sword and Stone, we went over to meet Ariel in the grotto dressed as Flotsam, Jetsam, Flounder, Ursula, and King Triton. It was such a cute little meet and greet. Pictures weren't all that great with the 3 of them, but because it's not a real photographer, it's like automated. But I got a cute one of all of us, and we had a great time. Then after that, we rode Little Mermaid. And then after Little Mermaid, we did while we were on Little Mermaid, our Peter Pan Lightning Lane that I booked pre-trip actually canceled because it was like shut down. But they canceled our Lightning Lane. Like instead of just waiting, they canceled it. So I rescheduled for an It's a Small World Lightning Lane. But when we went to Small World, we saw Peter Pan was open. Okay, we're riding Barnstormer now. Okay, anyway, so we did Barnstormer, did Dumbo. Well, I only went on Barnstormer with Zach. Bo didn't want to go. So Bo and Paul and Luke, they went to the bathroom and then just met us at the end of Barnstormer. And then we all went on Dumbo together. And at that point it was like, I don't know, but maybe 5 o'clock or so. So we only had a little bit of time left before getting kicked out. And we still had a Tron individual lightning lane that we both needed to do. So we raced over there after Dumbo. We abandoned one of our lightning lanes. I can't remember what it was. Oh, maybe it was the other Barnstormer. So we go over to Tron and set up a rider switch. So Paul took the 3 kids. Ended up not really doing anything other than just like getting water. But I rode Tron first and then Paul rider swap because we were just nervous. We'd run out of time for the individual lightning lane. And then at that point, everyone's like, oh, and while Paul rode Tron, I took the 3 boys and we went on the People Mover. And like I was saying, and at Space Mountain, because it's Halloween party, it was like 5:51, I think, when I actually looked at my watch, because Space Mountain was ultra black and had rock, ultra dark and had rock music. And I remember the Space Mountain during the Halloween party was like so much fun because it was like super duper dark. So anyway, we went through it on the People Mover. And then once we got off the People Mover, Paul was off Tron and we just exited the park. It was quite crowded, but we loved seeing everyone rolling in with their Halloween costumes. It was really fun to people watch. And then we were supposed to go to Epcot, in theory. But we were starving, and we were going to eat at Epcot, but we were starving, so we ended up just going back to the Grand Floridian. Plus, the kids were like nightmares. I mean, really tough, really whiny, cranky. It was a pretty hot day. They had a full day of school like the day before, so they were tired. So we ended up going back to the Grand Floridian. We just walked up and walked up to Grand Floridian Cafe. They sat us right away for dinner. I wasn't able to join a walk-up list on my phone. We had to like physically go up and ask. And then, so we had a delicious dinner. I had steak, French onion soup. My husband had the same thing. The kids ate pretty well. They didn't really like their salmon, but they ate a lot of my steak. They ate string beans. They did, what else did Bo? Oh, they ate their French fries, of course. They always eat their French fries. It was a really lovely dinner. And then we went back to the room. We were going to maybe swim in the pool, but really the kids were acting up, so we just had them change in their pajamas. I wanted to give them a bath, but we just put them right to bed. And we have a full day tomorrow. So what you're hearing now are the Halloween party fireworks. I'm on the balcony. I just took a shower. When I came out of the shower, I'm like, oh, the fireworks. So I'm on my balcony and I can see the fireworks. I can't see the castle, but they're up over the building. It's really beautiful. I have it all saved on my highlight reel. On my Instagram stories, you can look at Disney Days Planning Podcast on Instagram, and the highlight reel is October 25 trip. Oh, it's so fun. Maybe you can hear a little bit of the music. Oh, it's so fun. Anyway, my husband went to the lobby actually to do some work. He has some work he needs to catch up on. And all 3 of my kids are asleep. It is 10:10 right now. It is pouring rain. Pouring. I'm getting wet actually just like sitting on the balcony, which is covered. But I'm really enjoying watching these fireworks. It's nice. I wish I had a glass of wine or some water even. We don't have either. All right, tomorrow our plan is Magic Kingdom in the morning. We're going to sleep. We're not in a rush. We don't have to be there till like 11. But there are some rides the kids want to do, so I don't want to get there too late. So our plan's not... Oh, this must be the finale. It's probably hard to hear me. Okay. Our plan's Magic Kingdom in the morning, and then we have a Cinderella's Royal Table reservation at like 11. My kids are going to be dressed as the mice, which I'm very excited about. And then like Jacques, Gus, and the another mouse, little Luke. And then we're going to, that's really it. That's our only like reservation. And then we're going to head to Epcot kind of early and really do a full food and wine day. I bought individual lightning lane for Guardians of the Galaxy. It was like $235. So we have, we'll spend the morning in Magic Kingdom and then head to Epcot and do a really full afternoon, evening stay for fireworks tomorrow. I don't really care when we're in the park, but I'd like to be able to do a ride or two before we do Cinderella's Royal Table. They really were talking about Winnie the Pooh a lot. We didn't get that. We didn't get to do Peter Pan, but we probably won't be able to do that tomorrow because the line's usually really long for Peter Pan. But if we can do Winnie the Pooh and like, I don't know, another ride, Tiki Room or something even, that would be great. They're into rides, so. Anyway, it was a pretty good day. I mean, the kids' attitudes and like listening were very challenging today. It was actually very stressful for me. But other than that, we got a ton done. We did a lot. And this is where, like, yeah, it's an added cost, the lightning lanes. But if you do it right, if you're going to just do it just to do the 3 rides, I don't really think, I mean, it depends on who you are, but like for me, it's not worth it. I need to be able to ride at least 7 rides through the lightning lane for it to be worth it, in my opinion. Usually, typically. But again, like, I don't know. We got so much done, but it was helpful to have the lightning lanes. Really, though, the waits were up and down. I mean, certainly it was worth it for Tron. The wait was too long for Tron. What else? And Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, for sure, was worth it. Even though Bo didn't ride it, my poor Bo, he got nervous. Which is funny, because he did Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That was the first ride he did with that big drop. And then he got nervous for the other 2. And he loved it. He said he had so much fun. It's okay. Oh, the water pageant's back on. I love the water pageant. Oh my God, this rain is so bad. Okay, I'm going to sign off and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Probably on our way to Magic Kingdom. Have a great night. Well, I know you're listening to this after. But I hope you had a great night on October 9th. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Hello, it is 1:50 almost on Friday, October 10th. We slept in. We all woke up around maybe 8. We got into Disney World. I think we swiped in around 10. My husband actually went to the store at the Grand Floridian, bought a pair of shorts, brought the kids. The twins were dressed as Jacques and Gus from Cinderella, and he went with them. They went with them, and staff members gave them Mickey balloons, which was really sweet because they loved their costumes. So that was like so magical. We got in, we just took pictures. We really didn't do anything because we had Cinderella's Royal Table. So we checked in. It was a little late getting in. Our reservation was at 11:05, but we really didn't get in until like 11:30, maybe a little after that. But it was so magical. Now, this experience you prepay for when you make the reservation, and it's quite pricey. It was like maybe $90 an adult and like $70 for a kid or something. It's quite expensive, but it was really magical. Before you go up to lunch, you meet Cinderella downstairs, and then after that, you head up to the dining hall. And then all sorts of princesses come out too, so it was really special. Claude, do you want to lock it? I think you should lock it. Anyway, after lunch, we really didn't do anything. I had to deal with Luke in the bathroom and stuff. And the twins were just acting up, so they lost the privilege to go on Winnie the Pooh, which is what we were going to do. So we really didn't do anything, and we just left. We're on that, and now we just got on the Lime monorail, headed to Epcot. Sit down nice, Lukey. We have a 2:35 individual lightning lane to Guardians of the Galaxy. And so we're headed there now. We're going to spend all day and night in Epcot. All right, talk later. Hello, it is 7:22. I am online for Soarin' with my one son at Epcot. Okay, so once we got into Epcot, we kind of divided up. The twins needed to go to the bathroom, so I went with Luke to meet Pluto. Pluto is Luke's favorite character, and it was such an amazing interaction. Luke just melted into Pluto's arms and hugged him for like maybe a full minute, maybe even 2 minutes, like a very long time. The whole like line behind us was like oohing and eyeing. It was so special. It was just a beautiful interaction. And then when we left, Pluto acted like he was crying, and the line behind us all clapped. It was really, really, really special. Anyway, then we had like a little bit of a crazy day. It was like a long start. It's a little busy today. The waits are pretty long. We waited over 25 minutes for the Seas with Nemo and Friends, which we've never waited more than like 5 minutes for that ride. But it was a long wait. It was like a rough start to the day. And then we also did our Guardians of the Galaxy individual lightning lane. So one of us went over there and rode it. The other got some snacks and drinks. And then he went into Moana Journey of Water while I rode Guardians of the Galaxy. And then we swapped. And when I had the kids, we went back and did into the Sea Pavilion and did Turtle Talk with Crush. It is really cute. That is a live actor, but it's animated like it's Crush. And he interacts with the people, and it's a really special something that's like so unique to Disney. Like it just shows talent, actor talent, performer talent. So it was amazing. We did that. Then we like hung out in the aquarium for a little bit. My like one son had like such a meltdown. It's a little rough. And then what did we do after? I don't remember, but I think maybe then we went to the Land Pavilion. We went and did that's what it was. We went to was it raining? No, I don't think so. We went over to the Land Pavilion, and I waited. My husband was just meeting us there, and we went into Awesome Planet. So we did the Awesome Planet show, which is actually quite cute and very comfortable seats. So that was adorable. Then we waited a little bit for Living with the Land. Not too long. It was a posted 25-minute wait. It certainly wasn't 25 minutes. I love Living with the Land. It is a must-do in my book. I love that ride. So we did that, and there was a girl from Mexico in front of us, and the twins like loved her, and they were like talking the whole time, and they were teaching her. She was teaching them Spanish, and they were showing Spanish that they knew, and she was counting in English, and it was just a really magical interaction. That family was so, so nice. And then after Living with the Land, we went over to Soarin'. Now, Soarin' has had rough waits all day long, and it was a 50-minute wait posted. We set up a rider switch, so my husband and Beau waited. I don't know if it was quite 50 minutes. It's been very hard this trip to record all that, but it was a long time. And I took Zach and Luke, and we set up a rider swap, and then we left, and we were going to go do Journey with Figment, Journey to Imagination with Figment, and then maybe get some snacks because we were getting a little hungry. As we left the Land Pavilion, it started downpouring. I got like soaked, and I lost my phone. So I ended up leaving the kids under like the monorail thing to try to keep them a little dry, which was close by to where the stroller was, but I just kept them there. I sprinted to get the stroller, got them in the stroller, and then we went over to Figment, and online for Figment, I realized I didn't have my phone. So whatever, we rode Figment, and then after I was like, we gotta get in the stroller and go. It had stopped raining then, but it was like a bad downpour. I'm like still wet, and that was hours ago at this point. But I went, they had turned in my phone, someone found it, and it was at guest services. So now I had to go all the way to the front of the park to guest services, and which isn't that far, but like we're trying to get to World Showcase. It's 7:30 and we still haven't been in World Showcase. So I got the phone, and as I got the phone, we had to go to the bathroom, and then I went to a couple festival booths, but the lines are really long. But I went to a couple festival booths to get some food for the boys. I'm also hungry, but I'm just going to wait till after Soarin' and then like hit up the country booths, you know. And then at that point, we rushed back. Bo and Paul were off Soarin'. He loved it. And now here we are. We're online for it. I don't know what he's going to do with Bo and Luke, but our plan is to meet at the Australia pavilion, not pavilion, it's a marketplace, like festival booth. We really like the lamb from Australia, so I think we'll get a few lamb chops. They all seem to like eating that. I'd like a red wine if they have one, and then I want to get, there's like a pumpkin hunt thing for the festival, and we're gonna get that for the boys. So let me read what it is. Let me pull it up real quick. It's Pluto's Pumpkin Pursuit. Come on, honey. Celebrate the Halloween season by partaking in this special pumpkin scavenger hunt. So you buy, it's like $11 or $12. We're going to get two. You purchase, I guess, like a little map, and then I think you search for pumpkins. So that's what we're going to do. All right, I'll try to talk later. It's been a little hard to talk, and again, it's been weathery, but a rainy day in Disney is better than a rainy day at home, I think. So, all right, talk later. Hello, it's actually 11:15 on Saturday. It was just a crazy night, so didn't get a chance to update. So after Soarin', my son and I got the stroller and met my husband in the Mexico Pavilion. We had to make a couple stops. I had to change my fuel rod, which we can do at one of the stores right before you enter World Showcase. So I had to trade in my fuel rod. I wanted to get one of those Remy hunts for World Showcase. So it's like a little game. I think it was about $12 to buy. And then they searched for little Remy's. That's the one around World Showcase. The pumpkins are just in the front of the park. So I bought the Remy one, which is around World Showcase and also in the front of the park too, but we were gonna hit the countries. And then at the end, you turn in your little map and you get a prize. And it was a little bento box. And it was really, really cute. So anyway, I got that for the kids so they could do that while my husband and I kind of ate and drank a little bit around the world. I was hungry. But the time, it was getting late and later. I didn't really hit Mexico until after 8 o'clock and the park closed at 9. So it was a little challenging. We got some food at China. We got some food. Oh, I stopped at a booth, Brambling something. I'm going to have to look it up. It was yummy. It was like a river trout and then a roasted like root vegetable. It was very yummy. 2 dishes. But that was before you hit World Showcase. So I grabbed that when I was with Zach with the one stroller. And then we went to China. We went to, where did we go? Greece. We got spanakopita in Greece. Italy, I was very upset. It was 8:45. It was 8:45. It wasn't even 9 o'clock. And they shut the Italy line. And I was upset because I rushed over there. And fine, I go to Disney World a lot. But it might have been, someone might have come all the way across the world to go to Disney World one time. And you shut the booth down before the park closes. I don't think that's right. So I was upset about that. And then, so we got like some spanakopita at Greece, but I don't even remember. I wanted to go to France. France was closed. It was a little frustrating. I don't even remember what we got. It was just a little frustrating. Anyway, so we walked around. We watched the fireworks. The kids all fell asleep by the time we got on the monorail. I'm pretty sure. I'm like kind of forgetting. It's been a little crazy. But it was a really good night. Then, so we took our time getting out. Oh, I did some shopping. I went to Creations. I love that shop. And I bought these Mickey sunglasses. They're really cute. I wanted to get a magic band for my nephew for Christmas, so I picked one up because we all go to Disney together in February, so I wanted to buy him. Since our kids have magic bands, I wanted to buy him one too. So I got him his magic band for Christmas. And then so one time I was down there, Bo actually had an accident, so I had to buy him a change of pants. And they're really cute Mickey sweatpants, like character sweatpants. But they didn't have them in the other sizes for my other kids. But I found them yesterday at the store. So I purchased 2 more of the sweatpants for the other 2 kids. And I got the bento box. And did I buy one more thing? I can't remember. No, that might have been it. And then I got the bento box thing. So that was, it's a really nice store. It just was very, very crowded. But the line moves pretty quickly. And then my husband and I, we took our time leaving. Then we monorail, had to get on the monorail. You transfer the monorail at TTC to head to the resort monorail, Ticket and Transportation Center. Then you have to switch monorails and go on the resort monorail. So you transfer to the resort monorail. And then when we got in, we actually went to be our guest and had a drink. Because all the kids were sleeping, so not be our guest, excuse me. It's called Enchanted Rose. It's the bar, lounge, beautiful, elegant, classy bar and lounge upstairs in the Grand Floridian on the 2nd floor, like on the monorail floor. So we just walked over there, and actually we looked at the Grand Floridian's been under construction, and it was so funny when we got home that night, the carpet was all installed, which we had seen them installing the day before. And all the furniture was back and the lobby was open, even though like the day before it was all covered. And then we transferred the kids and went to bed and we slept in. And then today we returned the stroller at 9:30, just met in the same place you picked it up. And then at 10 o'clock we had a reservation at Grand Floridian Cafe for breakfast. It was lovely. Our waitress, Sarah, was amazing, very attentive. It was a lovely, elegant breakfast. And now we're playing at the splash pad. Even though it's not very sunny or warm, but the kids are having the time of their lives. We're just going to have a nice, relaxing hotel day today. And then we have a Citrico's reservation, which is one of the restaurants here at the Grand Floridian at 6:30. My cousin lives in Florida, so my cousin's husband is going to come over with their boys at some point today and hang out here at the Grand Floridian so the kids can play. There's an arcade here they can go to if it's not the best swimming weather because it's really cloudy and it's not all that warm. And I felt a little bit of drizzles a couple minutes ago. But we're all very tired today. And that's it. It's been a lovely trip. I love staying on property. It's so fun. And, try to talk later. Good morning. It is like 6, maybe 40. Oh, gosh, 50. We are late for our Mirror's Bus on Sunday, October 12th. We had a lovely day yesterday. The weather was not the best. It was a little drizzly. It wasn't like downpoury though, which is good. But it wasn't very sunny or warm, but the kids still had a blast in the pools, on the water slide, at the splash pad. They still had a lot of fun. Our cousins who live local, they came over and joined us, and then we added another reservation to our dinner. We weren't able to add them. I wasn't able to modify my reservation for a party of 8. But we just made it. Come here, Luke, Zachy, this way. We made a separate reservation for 3 people. And then when we checked in, we just told them we were together. And we waited a little bit, not very long. And dinner was excellent. This was Citrico's. It's on the 2nd floor next to Victoria and Albert's, actually, at the Grand Floridian Resort. And it was really lovely. Very elegant, of course, as everything the Grand Floridian produces is. Beautiful. The food was delicious. They have open kitchen, an open style kitchen, kind of like California Grill. So when you're walking by, you can see the food being made, which is really fun. The kids love that. Seeing the fire on the grill, like they loved it. And it was a lovely evening. Then actually, when our cousins left, our cousins left, and when we were walking home, we heard the fireworks, so we went over to buy Gasparillas, and there's a nice little sitting area over there where you can sit and watch Happily Ever After, and they pipe in the music. So it just was really a lovely end of the day. Everyone went to sleep. All the kids fell asleep. My husband and I packed the room, and unfortunately, we're late for our bus. Our bus, I think, we're supposed to pick us up at 6:30 a.m., which is that's the negative about using this kind of bus system. Like, Paul and I wouldn't have left this early to get to the resort, to the airport, but, hi, sweetie. Okay, I'm gonna go check to see if we missed our bus. Talk later, maybe. Also, there's apparently very big winds at home, so I'm a little nervous about our flight in general. So we'll see. Okay, it is 8:32. We are at Terminal C, I think. I don't know. It's a really nice terminal at the airport in Orlando, MCO. Really neat thing. There's like these big screens that are displaying like images, I guess. It's like kind of interactive and really serene and beautiful. There's an aquarium by the SeaWorld store, which we've been loving watching the fish. Tons of places to eat, lots of stores. There's a Universal Orlando store. We were in there checking out the Super Mario World stuff. And there's, of course, a Disney store. Again, like I said before, a SeaWorld store. It's really, really a nice, very nice terminal. We ended up, we did miss the bus, which we figured we were late too. But the airport, the Grand Floridian gave us a voucher for Amir's Connect. Well, it might not have been Connect, but Amir's van. So like a taxi van. So that's what we did. And with taxi laws, you don't need the car seats, even though there were 2 car seats in the van anyway. So yeah, it was really easy. And that was nice that we had the voucher since we had already paid for transportation. And then we're here now. We have like tons of time for our flight. Paul and I do not like wasting time in an airport. We are like roll up as they're boarding people, you know? We don't really like to be very early. Oh my God, this like this little screen thing is so cute. Right now it's like little stone. Look, Lukey, the stone statues are spitting water at each other. It's very funny. Anyway, so we're going to eat breakfast. We're all very, very hungry. I'd like to get the kids to change into like out of their pajamas. They're in their pajamas right now. I mean, they can stay in their pajamas, but I brought like sweats for them if they wanted to change into that. And then we'll head over. Excuse me, I need some coffee. Then we'll head over to our gate. Apparently, it is really awful weather in New Jersey. I'm getting a lot of notifications on my phone, and my next door neighbor texted me, and she took in our decorations because apparently we're supposed to get like 60-mile-an-hour winds today, and a lot of coastal flooding. And we do live on the coast in New Jersey, so I don't know like what the weather's going to be like when we land or how landing's going to go. I mean, we are landing in Newark, which is inland. But I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm not in a rush to leave Florida. I wouldn't have hated if our flight was canceled and we had to spend an extra day here. That wouldn't have been the worst thing. But especially because they don't have school tomorrow. So it's like, we could have. Anyway, whatever. The twins are fighting. I gotta go. I'll talk later. Hello. So, yes, our flight was fine. We took off on time, landed on time, Everything was fine, a little windy, a little rainy, but safe flight. And we all got home. We entered our house around 2 o'clock in the afternoon and just lounged around all day. All in all, so it's so funny. As I listened back to my record, like my overall feeling when I got back, I'm like, oh, it was such a hard trip. The kids were really difficult. We've had such better trips to Disney. But then when I was listening to my recordings, no, we still really did have fun. Yes, there are challenging moments, of course, but overall, it's wonderful. It's the greatest place on earth, in my opinion. I love it. And my kids love it too. Things that I would change. The kids were really cranky and ornery. I think they had a very full day the day before. Now, there wasn't much we could have done. We needed to, land. Actually, now I'm like forgetting, did we even eat dinner? I can't even remember if we ate dinner. I know we ate like at the airport, but I don't know. We needed to eat more. Now, I did pack granola bars. The kids didn't like the granola bars, they didn't want to eat them. I had some clementines too, but they're not really very filling. But they need to eat more and very frequently. The popcorn buckets help because it's a snack, but it's no protein. It's just literally a snack, just like empty calories. So I don't know. The meals, they needed to have consumed more calories, I think, and better calories. So I think that's one thing we need to do better at. But I also was dealing, my husband was like fighting me on it, like, they just ate. I'm like, no, like having a cupcake or whatever, like a muffin, isn't really eating. It's, I don't know. So that was very frustrating. And again, we were just there for we just did 2 park days. So I didn't want to, I don't know, it's so hard. I didn't want to like bring a lot of food with us for it to go bad and sit in the hotel room. You know what I mean? Not have refrigeration. I didn't want to like order stuff. And then by the time actually we didn't get to the Grand Floridian until very late, it was like 10 o'clock, I think. Um, there wasn't much open. The kids were snoozy, if not asleep. I think some of them might have been asleep when we got there. They were very tired. And so we couldn't have like gone and eaten a meal. But now retrospectively, maybe we should have eaten at the airport. I don't know. I don't really know. Anyway, it was a little tricky. That's one thing I should have changed, is planned our meals a little better. Even though we did have like our meals in between meals better, like our snacks. I don't know. It's very difficult. It's very difficult, but not impossible, just difficult. Um, I loved staying at the Grand Floridian. I think it is such a beautiful resort. It has so much to offer, and I love its proximity to Magic Kingdom and then also the ease of transport to Epcot. You do have to transfer monorails, but it's easy. We did not take a bus because, again, we had the 2 strollers and whatever. So we didn't end up taking a bus to any other park. We just did Magic Kingdom and Epcot, knowing we were staying at Grand Floridian and traveling with 3 small children. We also hadn't decided our stroller situation until kind of last minute. We were maybe going to travel with our big triple stroller, and that there's no way. Like, I have no interest in breaking that down and bringing that on a bus or any other mode of transportation where you need to break it down. I have no interest in that. So we weren't even going to try it. Renting from Kingdom Stroller was amazing. I thought that was super easy. And of course, as I was walking around, I noticed how many other people did do the same thing. It's obviously a very booming business and good for them, and as they should. But I saw Kingdom strollers everywhere in the parks while I was there. And I have to say, they were very great to work with and very easy to work with. So I would definitely consider doing that again when we fly. And I thought the basket underneath had ample storage of that Bob stroller. So I would do that. It was really great. Really great. It was a great trip. We're going to be back. So now I think it's within like 10 days or something like that. of coming back from your trip, you get a bounce back offer. It is the same percentage as an annual pass discount, which we get anyway, which is 35%, but there are blackout dates. So originally, we're going back down in February and we're staying at Orange Lake Resort off property at our timeshare that we stay in. But I do like to add on property days and we check in on a Sunday. So we were thinking, oh, we'll stay at the Polynesian this Saturday night. So we'll drive down on Friday, get to the Polynesian, spend all day Saturday and Sunday at the Polynesian, and then check into Orange Lake Sunday night. However, Saturday night's a blackout date. I have to see if for annual pass it is too. It might be. I'm not sure. Um, so we're just gonna do a midweek. We'll just head over the Polynesian one night while we're at Orange Lake. And actually, that'll be really cool because then we can go to the theme park. I want to do it on a day where there's extended evening hours. So we can just like kind of head right over, to the theme park, stay late, and then, get the monorail back. Contemporary would actually be really awesome for the extended evening hours too, because you can just walk home. Anyway, so we're going to book a bounce back too. So over and all, a good trip. It felt very quick. I wish it was another day. I wish we had another park day. But really great. I loved all the new things we did. Beacon Barrel was amazing. I really enjoyed renting the stroller. I thought that was awesome. And not traveling with that big bulky stroller. Just traveling with the small one was great. I loved, we all used magic bands this trip. Usually we just use our phones. The magic bands were, especially because we had the lightning lane just to enter the park, whatever. But because we had lightning lanes, the magic bands were so helpful. You don't have to like go digging in your pocket or your purse or whatever for the phone. Like the magic band did enhance our trip. Paul and I both agreed. It is certainly not necessary if you are looking to cut costs. That is an easy $35 to $60 you can cut right there. You don't need the magic bands. You can just use your phones. But it was nice to have. What else did we do new? Loved Cinderella's Royal Table. That was amazing. I'd like to go back. And then we also loved Citrico's. What a nice experience. It was so beautiful. The food was so good. The staff, of course, I mean, you don't even need to say it, but the staff is so amazing and attentive and kind to the kids who were like, actually, the boys were very well behaved at dinner, but going into it, they're a little antsy and whatever, but they were so just kind and think the kids are cute and it's really lovely. I love Disney World. It's very validating as a parent. Oh, I don't even know if I mentioned this, but there was, yeah, that's what I say. I've traveled, like we went to Spain, I've been to Greece, I've been to Italy. I studied abroad in Italy. I like lived in Italy for, like 8 weeks. I went to Tahiti, France, Germany. Like I've been many, many places and I love to travel. And I keep going back to Disney World because I don't know, it's just so special. And especially with families, it is so validating and so kid friendly. Literally every restaurant, you don't have to feel bad if your kid's having a tantrum. That is what Disney World is. Like they are used to this. It happens every day, all day to everybody. It's just very validating. You see other parent, so I was in there with Luke once and he had pooped his pants again. And I was, relate to something or whatever. I'm just I'm just like having a lot of issues with Luke right now. And he was potty trained. And then and he has a lot of like gut issues. So he is now not potty trained again. I don't know. It's really a journey, but anyway, he's, moving his pants a lot, but it's mostly now we're realizing it's because he can't feel his stomach like always hurts him. So he can't really tell when he has to go to the bathroom. So anyway, it's just been a very long, year or whatever of this. So I'm online in the bathroom with Luke. I'm frustrated with everybody and I'm, online in the bathroom and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have a pull up. And I started to cry. And the woman behind me just like, before I could even like sort of turn around to get out of line, has a pull up in her hand, giving him, here, I have an extra right here. And I just was like, oh my God, thank you so much. No, that's when I started to cry. At first, I was like, oh, I don't have a pull up. And then she gave me the pull up like instantly. And I just like started to cry because I don't know, you see that all over in Disney World. What can I do, mom? Oh, picking up people's toys, like helping. I don't know. I find it very validating and very supportive as a mom of young kids, of difficult kids. I find Disney World to be very supportive and validating. So, anyway, that's that. That was my trip. It was short, but it was great. I'd like to do the Halloween party next year, I think. The kids loved seeing everyone in their costumes. So I think that'd be something really fun. Um, okay, next, I have some very exciting things coming up, me personally. Next month, actually, just in a few weeks, I will be back in Disney World with my friend. We're staying at Port Orleans Riverside for one night and then sailing on the Disney Wish. It'll be my first ever Disney cruise. I am incredibly excited. Like I can't even contain my excitement. And I just looked at the calendar and it is coming up. So I need to like start planning my outfits. Like, oh my goodness. It's actually the weekend after Halloween, like that next weekend. I set sail on the Disney Wish. So I'm really pumped. Um, I was texting with my friend today about it actually, Amy. We'll have to do a podcast episode on the Wish, like little updates. She's wonderful. She has her own podcast too. It's called the Debrief Podcast. I'll tag it in the show notes if you'd like to listen. So I have that trip coming up in November. And then in December, I'm going on a mom's trip, a girls' trip back to Disney. We're staying at the Beach club level. And we're doing Jollywood Nights, which is one of the newer, I think this is going to be its third year. Can't believe it's the third year already, but it's a new holiday party at Disney World and it's at Hollywood Studios. And it's called Jollywood Nights. And we are so excited. In fact, I got an email today that our outfits were delivered. So I have to go get that from my mailbox. So yeah, very exciting things. And then my family and I, all the five of us, again, will be back down in February. That's a longer trip. We'll be down for 2 weeks. And we'll be staying off property. Hopefully, like I said, with the bounce back, we'll stay one night at the Polynesian. Excuse me. Hopefully we'll stay one night at the Polynesian for the bounce back. And then yeah, that'll be great. That trip also, we're gonna go to Universal one day. We're gonna go. I'd like to actually do 2 days at Universal. I'm not sure. My husband's on board. Grouchy dad. It's very expensive. It's more expensive than Disney World, actually. But I'd like to do the Epic Universe one day. And then the second day, I'd like to get the pass where you can go to multiple parks because I think my kids would get a kick out of riding that train to the two Harry Potter worlds, lands. I think that'll be really cool. Diagon Alley and Hogwarts. I think that'll be so neat. So, I mean, I've done it before, but I think for my kids, they'll love that. So we're going to, yeah. So anyway, that's February. So anyway, I'll be back soon enough, I'm sorry. I'm just rambling on. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions or comments or anything, shoot me a message on Instagram, send me an email. The email's right in my Instagram as well. I believe also in the show notes here. I will tag Kingdom Strollers in the show notes. I'm going to tag my friend Amy, her podcast here. I love listening to Amy and her friends that she has the podcast together. I learn a lot. Actually, there's a couple reservations I've made because I was listening to them talk about it. I'm like, oh, I want to try that place. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. Hope again, my next episode will be Epcot, dining in Epcot. I'm having I already recorded it, but had a little like microphone issues. So I have to re record it again, but hoping to get that out to you soon. But thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed hearing. I learned so much from trip reports. I hope you do too. I really do. I really do. I love listening to trip reports. And if you have like a podcast you think I should listen to, also message me on Instagram. I'd love to hear it. If you like this, please give it a review and make sure you're subscribed to the podcast. Follow me on Instagram and share with anyone you think who would also enjoy this. See you real soon. Thank you so much for listening to the Disney Days Planning Podcast. See you real soon.